Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Work. My guest today is Mariana, and her father is, to her mind, an alcoholic. He drinks too much. She sees him as loud, short-sighted, unmindful, and addicted. Does this remind you of anyone in your family? Whether it does or not, welcome to The Work. Mariana, you have a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet?
Hi, yes, I do.
Hi, sweetie. So, what did you fill in for number one?
I said I am frustrated with my dad because he drinks too much.
Okay, now those of you new to the work today, the worksheet that we're talking about has 6 questions on it, and Mariana has just answered number one. I'm frustrated with my dad because he drinks too much. Okay, so now we're going to question that. So he drinks too much. What is the situation?
I mean, it's kind of, I don't know if it's one situation, but an ongoing for many years where I see my parents and I see them pretty often, and he, in my opinion, drinks excessively.
Mm-hmm. And what situation comes to mind where you're witnessing that, feeling that?
Well, most recently I was with them and it was like a Monday night, which to me feels significant because it's like, a weekday or something. And it was like he'd just gotten off work and he was like, okay, I want a drink. And then he poured himself a shot of tequila and he also grabbed a beer and he's like both drinks in his hands.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and are you in the living room, in the
In
kitchen?
the living room,
In the living room, and are you sitting or standing?
sitting.
And your mother, is she sitting or standing?
She's at work still.
Okay, she's at work.
Yeah.
So it's just the two of you?
It's me and my grandparents are also there and my aunt.
Okay, so
Mhm.
you see them in the room, they're all in the room.
Mhm.
Okay, and you see your dad, is he standing when he says that?
He's standing, yeah.
Okay, and then he gets the 2 drinks
And he goes to sit down in the living room.
okay, so there it is. He drinks too much. Look at him in your mind's eye. He's got tequila and what, a beer?
Mhm.
So he's got that. Really look at him. He drinks too much. Listen to his words and his attitude. He drinks too much. Is it true?
I think it's true, yeah.
Okay, so to support you in the work, just land those first 2 questions in a solid yes or no. And rather than just take for granted that you're right in the first place, look at him. Get still. Not to change your mind about yes or no. He drinks too much. Can you really know that it's true? He drinks too much.
I guess
Okay, now we're looking for a yes or no. Because
no, I can't know that he drinks too much.
okay, so let's do it again. I want you to just be there experiencing. I can't know. He drinks too much. Can you really know that it's true? He drinks too much.
I can't know that it's too much.
Okay, so I'm gonna support you again just to feel the no. Okay, because it's like there's this above is the ego. Okay, and all those images with it, there's the ego, and then below that is a pool of integrity that is immovable. It's not going to bend for anyone or anything. It is pure. It is pure. And these questions are a way of dropping into that pool of wisdom and allowing it to show you in your deepest self. It's holding that. What is true? So you have, is it true he drinks too much? Yes. He drinks too much. Can you absolutely know that it's true he drinks too much? Can I really know that it's true he drinks too much? So I could sit in that question for a long time, that self-inquiry. So you've got to know. You found a no in you, or are you still? Yes.
And I can find a no in me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you still a kind of yes?
It's almost like if I put myself in that situation and I see myself reacting to him, it's a yes. And then if I have some distance and I think like, can I truly know that it's too much? No, I can't know. I can't know that.
Wow. So you're swimming in the pool, a pool of open-mindedness. That will get you far in this world, sweetheart. You know, the Buddhists talk about a don't know mind. Don't know. He drinks too much. Okay. Now the third question, notice in that situation, close your eyes and witness how you react, what happens when you're thinking the thought, he drinks too much. Notice the images in your head. Get in touch with your emotions, what you say or do, the look on your face. Get in touch with how you react internally and externally when you think the thought, he drinks too much.
I feel I don't really want to look at him. I kind of like avoid eye contact, and if he tries to engage and be funny, I feel kind of at a distance.
You feel kind of at a distance. You are at a distance.
Yeah.
You distance yourself.
I distance myself. And I don't outwardly say anything like you shouldn't do that, but I think all my other actions do say that.
Yeah. He says something, and it's so weird, honey. The ego knows how to punish and distance and say everything without saying it. Because we don't want to hurt their feelings, but look how you just notice, all of you, how you react when you believe the thought he drinks too much. You give him the look. You don't laugh at his jokes. Yeah. And the things you described. He drinks too much. So now be there now and with the father you just described. Listen to his jokes, listen to his invitations, just open your mind, be there without the thought he drinks too much. Listen, witness, without that thought, meet your father.
I can like feel his like love and care for me a lot more when I'm not feeling that.
When you're not thinking.
When I'm not thinking he's drinking too much. I can just be in his living room and like see that I'm at his house and that he loves me, and
you're connected.
Yeah.
He drinks too much. Turn it around. How would you turn that around? He drinks too much. What's the opposite?
I drink too much.
So in that situation, are you drinking?
I don't drink.
In that situation, where are you drunk? He drinks too much, turned around. I think too much in that situation around he, this, he, that, dun, 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 until I can't even hear him.
I almost feel like I can, like, he pours a drink and in my head, he's already poured 5 more, even though that hasn't even happened.
Wow. So he drinks too much, turned around. I drink too much. I'm pouring alcohol into his head, and that's not my dad. That's my thinking. That's my fictitious dad.
Yeah.
He's on 1 drink and I have him on his 5th. He drinks too much, turned around. He doesn't drink too much. So ponder that. What does that mean to you as you ponder that, as you just meditate in that? In that situation, he doesn't drink too much.
I guess that I would trust that he knows what he's doing.
Okay, good. That's something to consider. Yeah, probably wanted to bring in like 2 shots and 5 beers. He doesn't drink too much. Anything else come to mind as you try that on? Because we're talking about him, not other people. He doesn't drink too much.
Also, what's coming up is I don't know him every day.
Yeah,
I know him in these instances. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Right now or every day or when I don't see him.
And notice again how you treat him when you think the thought he drinks too much. Punishing, separate.
I can see how even when he's not drinking too much, I think I'm punishing him for it. Or I guess even when he's not drinking, not too much, but just on the day to day.
So it's interesting to take a look at what is the cause of separation in your relationship? Is it his drinking or your thinking? We hear people say alcohol, how it just breaks up families, and we don't have to. With alcoholics in the family, we can love them and be respectful when we're sane. And when we're believing the thoughts that we're looking at now, doesn't mean they're right or wrong. It's just that we're looking at the cause of separation. And notice how you react when you believe the thought he drinks too much and you leave, what you said and did and your body language. You leave in a state of guilt and justifying and blaming it on him, on his drinking. So that suffering we're talking about, what you're thinking and believing is the cause of that, not your father's drinking. And it doesn't condone his drinking. It's just that my interest is the cause of suffering. And that your dad doesn't have to take the rap for it so you don't lose an important resource in your life that loves you. And I'm quoting you there. Let's look at 2. What do you want in that situation where you're believing he drinks too much?
I said, I want my dad to see that drinking is harmful and I want him to stop drinking too much.
Okay. So notice, is it true you want him to see that drinking is harmful?
In that situation, yeah, I do want him to see that drinking is harmful.
Now notice how you react and your attitude toward him and your attitude, how it affects you emotionally when you think the thought, I want him to see that drinking is harmful. Notice the images in your head of past and future.
I mean, I guess I see him like dying.
Yeah. So don't guess. You see him as
I
dying.
see him dying and I see him not being there for my kids or for me in the future and me having to take care of him when he's too young to be in that state.
So notice those images as you're thinking the thought. I want him to see that drinking is harmful. Now tell me, is it the images of the future in your head that are causing your fear, or is it your father?
The images of the future.
So you see your father in the future. Is that your father, or is that just, there's the father sitting in the chair, and then there's the father in your head. So what father is the cause of your suffering? Your fear?
The one in my head. Yeah.
Okay. So I love just witnessing you're taking responsibility for. That's not your father frightening you.
Mm-hmm.
It's your ego just. I want him to see that drinking is harmful. Turned around, I want me to see that my thinking, my thoughts about my father are harmful. So be there now in that situation. Notice your father, hear his words, look at him, get connected, and notice your ego play where he won't be there for your kids, he won't be there for you.
It's like I'm separating myself now so it doesn't hurt more when he's not there in the future.
What future would that be? The one in your head as you sit there?
The one in my head. Mm-hmm.
And notice who you're punishing for that.
Both of us, really.
So now be there. Who would you be without the thought? I want him to see that drinking is harmful and to stop drinking too much. So be there now without the fantasy the ego is offering up.
It's a lot more open and loving and non-judgmental.
Connected.
Yeah. I can look at him and feel a sense of love and care and not judgment and wanting things to be different. Just love in the moment, how it is.
At home in yourself, at home where you are. Just there with your dad.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to see that drinking is harmful. I want me to see that my thoughts about my dad are harmful in that situation. I want him to stop drinking too much. I want me to stop drinking so much in his name, or I have him in the future, not there for me, drinking. That's all yours. That's not his. He's the father in front of you. The father of your imagination isn't. You're punishing the father you have. Let's look at 3. Punishing the father you have in front of you for this fictitious thing the ego offers up in your head. There's only one dad. You have one dad. And then you have a dad in your head of the past where he was drinking too much, and of the future where he's drinking too much. And then there's your dad in front of you.
What's occurring to me is that, like, I think that if I punish him enough or not laugh at his jokes enough or ignore him, he's going to stop.
Now, for someone that drinks too much, guilt is the ego's favorite food. And let's say you leave, you go home, and he remembers how out of touch you were and no eye contact or little, and he gets your attitude, he gets that. Do you think that would cause someone, let's say someone that drinks too much, to drink more or less?
Probably more.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just sitting with that one. But guilt is a state of mind, and it brings about action. Let's look at 3. What advice would you offer your dad in that situation?
I said, my dad should look deeply into his intentions for drinking and think about how it impacts the future and those around him.
Okay, so how would you turn that around in that situation? I should
look deeply into my intentions for thinking harmful thoughts about him and see how it impacts the future and those around me
and you.
and me.
Yeah, so be there now. Let's take your own advice. So close your eyes, be there now. I should look deeply into my intentions when I am distant and cold with my father. Notice your intentions and see how what you're thinking and believing about that future where he's not in it, he's drinking more, all those things. And see how that impacts in that situation, how it impacts that apparent future and those around him. I should look deeply into my intentions and see how it impacts my experience here now with my father and those around him, your grandparents. Because it doesn't go unnoticed.
No, it doesn't go unnoticed.
Mm. Mm. He sees how you are, and he sees that your grandparents see how you are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's hard. Let's look at 4. In that situation, what do you need to be happy? What do you need him to think, say, feel, or do for you to be happy in that situation?
That I need my dad to recognize that he has a problem and stop drinking.
Okay. So turned around, for me to be happy in that situation, be there now, I need for me
To recognize that I have a problem and stop projecting my thoughts onto him.
yeah. To be happy, I need me to recognize. So be there now and follow this living turnaround. To be happy, I need me to recognize that I have a problem and I need to stop drinking.
It feels very freeing in that. Because if I can recognize that I have a problem, I can do something about it.
That's what I love about self-inquiry. It just, we're so stuck in something. It's like, duh, it's so simple. And then we have a life of understanding the cause of suffering and how to end it here in Earth School. Yeah, I need me to recognize in that situation that I have a problem and stop drinking in my father's name. You know, when you see an image of your father in the future or past, you're drinking again. That's not him. That's your imagination. That's your thought system. It's not your dad. For all you know, he's sober. And you have him drinking and not there for you. I mean, I cannot change the alcoholics in my life, but I certainly can find an understanding and meet them where they are. That gives you sobriety, which is what we're talking about. Sobriety is a state of mind. He's drunk with his drinking, you're drunk with your thinking. So let's look at 5.
I said he is loud, stupid, short-sighted, unmindful, and addicted.
Okay, so in that situation, what is the opposite of loud?
Quiet.
Okay, so be there now. He's quiet. Try it on. He's quiet. As you ponder that situation, what do you see? He's quiet.
I guess I can see how I'm filling in the dots of him being loud. It's not like he's like screaming at constantly.
Wow, good to know, because the ego would have it like loud and forever in your head. This loud dad, where now you've got some reality. It's not just that. He's stupid, turned around, he's wise. So as you ponder that situation, he's wise, what do you see? When he's dealing with you, who is sitting there with an attitude, not sober.
He's very kind to me. I'm not being very kind to him, and he's still engaging with me, which I think is actually very wise. He's not getting mad at me for being cold at him, or he's still there loving me.
Oh my, you have a lot to share with him. Like, Dad, when I am just sometimes ignoring you, or I'm in one of my moods, What I love about you is the way you don't punish me in the way that you are with me. And sometimes when you're drinking, it scares me. And if I seem cruel or distant, I'm just going through a rough time because I love you and worry about you. My dad is short-sighted, turned around. In that situation, I am.
Short-sighted.
He's right there in front of your face, and you're looking at him through the ego's window of past future.
Mm-hmm.
False life. You're sitting in real life and you're in the distance. Left and right, past, future. My dad in that situation is unmindful. Turned around in that situation, I am.
I mean, I'm just so stuck in the thought pattern that there's just no way that I could be mindful. I'm like missing the things that are happening.
Mm-hmm. But you can see them now. It's never too late, because there is something there that sees that the ego is attempting to override, and you're sharing that with us. He's kind. He's connected. He's okay in that situation. Looking back, other than what you were thinking and believing, is he okay?
He's okay. Yeah.
So who's drunk?
Me.
So my father is addicted to alcohol. Turned around, I am. In that situation, I am addicted to.
Thinking, to wanting him to stop, to being mean.
You're addicted to alcohol and how much of it he drinks.
Yeah. Yeah, it consumes so much of my thoughts even when I'm not with him.
So now you understand his position. He thinks of alcohol too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the things that hit his head, you can relate to now. Fear. He is loud. He is soft-spoken. In that situation, he is soft-spoken. There's something, as you ponder that, as you contemplate that, he's soft-spoken.
The image that's coming to my mind is him. He really likes poetry, and what's coming to my mind is him like reciting poetry to us.
That's something else you can thank him for, and tell him when you think of it, you smile. Yeah. He is long-sighted. Opposite of short-sighted. He is long-sighted.
Because I can see how he's very responsible. He has a house and a job and thinks, yeah, he's just very responsible.
Addicted, turned around.
Free, sober, I'm not sure.
I don't know where to go with that one either. Not addicted when he's sleeping and not dreaming. Not addicted when he's not thinking about alcohol. The cause of alcohol is I'll just take a shot at this. It's not only what we're thinking and believing, it's in that recall, we have to do something to shut the mind up. We're so full of guilt, what we said, what we did, and it hits our head, and alcohol will shift that brain and mindset. And even though in the long run it makes it worse, plus a hangover, just any relief from hell. We don't know how to stop our heads any more than you did in that situation, sitting with him, with someone you love and appreciate. And you're drunk with your thinking, and this work, it brings us a way of connecting and speech and intimacy I never would have found without these living turnarounds and these worksheets. And we all have it. The way we know we all have this grace is guilt. It lets us know our mind is off. What we're thinking and believing, we need to check it out just the way that you are showing us in our time together today. And I don't know another way except to just allow the ego to be what it is in that situation and not try to make nice or anything. Just like you, just fill in that worksheet with what was going on in your head and then sit in self-inquiry. And how do we live? How do we live with someone like that? Well, these turnarounds show us. And that's our heart's desire. And it's not something our Father can give us, whether they're drunk or sober. But our fathers are our teachers. Just like everyone in the world, they're our teachers in this earth school. I often say I'm the only unenlightened person in this world, and you're all here to wake me up. You're in me, my heart's desire. Let's look at 6.
I said, I don't ever want my dad to drink excessively again.
I'm willing that my father drinks excessively again. I look forward to. Could happen.
I guess I could even look forward to it just to know how I react and how I could do it differently.
Exactly so. Unconditional love.
Yeah.
It doesn't condone what's going on with your father, but you're meeting it with understanding when you understand yourself. I'm going to go way out on a limb here, but I just had the thought, if your father ever wants to get sober and wonders who could be there for him, it would be you. The one that understands, the one that doesn't condemn, the one no matter what he says and does, you don't punish.
Mm-hmm.
Unconditional love, like understanding is like a magnet. You could live in the world, sweetheart, and never speak again, and it would show through you, it would shine. You're so dear to sit with. I'm willing that he drink excessively again. I look forward to he drinks excessively again, so I can check out my thinking, see if there's any unfinished business. And if there's the slightest little thing, it's another worksheet. And it will give you a world. What you discover up from in your father work will give you a world with a world where you understand the entire world. I used to, and it may still be so, I haven't considered it lately, but if you do the work with one human being, on one human being, just worksheet after worksheet, you begin to connect with every human being. Every human being. If you can do it with one, you can do it with all, because you're working with the cause of disconnect. You're working with what you're thinking and believing. And I just love that I love that I say that, and I certainly wouldn't advocate that we just do the work with one human being, that we use this world as a mirror that takes us to self-inquiry until we understand that basically the world is as I believe it to be. It can never be better or worse than that. Thank you, sweetheart. Let's get some feedback here. Victoria.
Hi.
Hi, Victoria. Hi, honey. Your takeaway?
Well, I really related to the first person. I caught like the end of the first share of like not feeling like you can do enough.
Yes.
So I didn't catch like the full wraparound, so I can't really speak too much into that, but I think it just really helps me. I think the more of these calls and the more like stuff I look through of like variations of people's dialogues with you, like how many beliefs are universal. Because in my experience, when I think I'm the only one, like when I go into that, or when I'm in that place where I'm like, I'm the only person on the planet that feels like this about XYZ and the core, I'm the only one with this core belief. So it really has been, it's been a bit like it's helped me not feel so like isolated or challenge that story that I'm the only one thinking this, because there's so many people around the world having similar experiences and feelings as me.
So what I'm experiencing as I listen to you is you're becoming at home in the world. You're beginning to understand the human race. You're beginning to understand, which allows compassion and a connection with people as opposed to fearful of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's I love you. Continue to tune in, honey. It's this waking up to reality as we witness these courageous people that come onto this program with their worksheets. It opens us up. Yeah. We wake up sitting in the presence of their courage. And our courage as we listen to look to ourselves. Yeah. Thank you, honey. Sandra.
Hello.
Hi, Sandra.
Mariana, thank you so much. My dad was an alcoholic, and I just loved him so much. And just kind of took me down memory lane with, he died some years ago, and still very present. And I see that she loves him so much and is trying to help him in her mental process of what would make him change, because she wants him to be around.
Mm.
And
those things, if we punish someone, we can
right.
but we don't want to be seen as people that punish. So we have these subtle attitudes that are like a sledgehammer.
Right. Right. And I did some of that for sure, and just gave it up because I just loved him. Just loved him. And he eventually went into AA and had a whole life's work that he did there. It was quite, and they never thought he was going to make it. Even the people that worked with him in AA, no, it was. So he ended up working with all the guys that were so, intellectual that, they were trying to figure out everything in their head. And he had a wonderful group of guys that were really difficult that, he just loved them, and I keep going back to what you say, Katie, just it's all love, and if I can't find that, I put it on a piece of paper because it's who and what I am at the very base of me and everything. And that's how, makes me verklempt. That's how we connect, through love. So it was just really great. And she's so beautiful and young, and what a beautiful mind you have, Mariana. Just beautiful, opening up, and
so open.
Such a blessing. So thank you, both of you, all of you.
Thank you. Veronica.
Hi, Katie and Mariana.
You were just so darling this morning, so tolerant of me for one thing.
There are beautiful turnarounds in this. My husband, I think, drinks too much, and I want me to see that my thinking about him is harmful. And what I started to do is that I put in my calendars little notes about the topics we have in our every evening. So like Lei Wu yesterday, I mean, we have so beautiful works here. It's pearls after pearls and diamonds after diamonds. And then I can go back and check again. And for sure, Mariana, I will look for this work of yours carefully again, because I don't like my husband to drink alcohol. So this is really part of something so beautiful. Every day, always.
Truly. And, we get free, we fear that if we don't do those little punishing things to show our disappointment or disapproval, it's the very thing let's just experiment with. It's the very thing that would cause them to drink in the first place, punishment and lack of love is how it's perceived. But we're drunk with our thinking any time we're punishing, and that's not our fault. It's the ego, and it's the ego running. And when I say it's not our fault, can you stop what you're thinking? Any of you out there, when you're thinking and believing, can you just stop it? No, it'll just double down occasionally and just, but we can bring our thinking from our head to paper and question it and sit in it, in these questions with unconditional love, and get sober. Sobriety is a state of mind. To get sober. Oh my. My. And that's what we're doing here together. We get sober and drop into a pool of unending, such a simple word, but joy, the absence of suffering. Dagmara.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, my beautiful community. Hello, Katie. I would like to share with you some situation from today. Sorry for my English, but I hope that I will handle it. It's connected with Mariana and Karin. And first one was with my mother. We were just walking and I said, you smoke too much. And I came to my home and drink my coffee. Yeah, it's organic coffee, but it's the same, the same addiction, right? So it's beautiful because when I be with you, Mariana, with your work, I just ponder in my mind state when I talked to my mother, and it was like she should know that she smoked too much, yeah. And my position in this conversation was that I know better, and she doesn't know this, what is obviously not true, and I need to help her, to save her even. And I said, oh my gosh, in which position I am, yeah, better than my mother, so important, save her, oh God, the same. So it was good to see this role which I play in my family. And the second was connected with Karine and touched me very much because I know this pattern that I am not enough, I'm not doing enough things, and these things, it's not enough. I know this, and my friend was visiting me today, and I was jealous of her success. It was amazing, because I'm just trying to do some success in my career, and I notice one thing, that when we comparing, it's the suffering, and this pattern came. Yeah, I compare to her, but I compare also to my past. Yeah, I used to be somebody. I used to have lots of money, and now, or in the future, it will be not like that. So when we comparing to somebody or to even us, yeah, from the past and from the future, it's this pattern just alive, and it's good to know that maybe I'm in success now. Yeah, why not? Can I take it?
Yeah, without comparison, look at your life. Without comparing it to anyone else's, look at your life. Is it enough?
Yeah.
Because if it's not enough, then you could have more money than anyone in the world, and it's not going to be enough. The fear of losing what we have or not getting what we want. Oh my, oh my. Thank you. Okay, dears. Mariana, honey, thank you for being our teacher today, and all of you that have shown up today and shared your experience with us. By the way, everyone, if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really matters, and thank you for that. I love that you join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. At homewithbk.com, let's do the work.